Oh yes, you are welcome back to African Colonization TV and BFN History. Let's dive into today's topic according to what is happening in Nigeria and the issue of Christian buying every day in this country. The reason why America, they are putting their efforts, they are warning Nigeria and they are attacking Nigeria almost every time so that they can stop this violence, this crisis that is happening every day. So, according to the headline, it says global alarm. Why the UN and America are warning Nigeria over religious crisis and division. So, the issue of Christian killings and genocide and everything happening every day in this country, it is getting out of hand. It's because of that you cannot have a country or you cannot be leading a people and at the end you'll be committing human rights violence. You'll be buying people, you'll be buying your citizen every day in the name of a sovereign nation. In fact, don't skip any part of it because this our brother and activists and also the UN, they also speak about what is really going on and the main cause why Nigeria need to be looked into very well because of all this violence that is happening every day in the country. So as you can see, no day you woke up, you will not see one thing or the other. No day. You must see, you must hear in news that also place have been attacked. So also place has been, they bring down. They are unalive also people every day in this country. And then as a world power, they cannot sit down and be seeing a country, Nigeria, wiping out their citizens in the name of their sovereign nation. Why they cannot solve the problem they are into. So, in fact, all the saying is in this video. So, don't skip any part as you're about to watch. Like, subscribe, and make sure you share it for you to understand and for everybody to see what is really going on in Nigeria.
Yes, some of us may not know, like myself, I'm just, becoming aware of this, that it is the law that backed what US is doing in Nigeria. United Nations law backed US. They gave US rights to do what they are doing in Nigeria and all over the world. So some people may be wondering, how come US is so powerful like this and like that? They can enter any country and do anything. It is backed by law. And let me tell you, Biafra may be closer than some of us think. I hope you heard me well. It may be closer than some of us think. So we are going to start with how US is doing what they are doing all over the world. We are going to get a little piece of that information concerning what the United Nations is doing all over the world. So let's start with that before we go into Michael Robbins.
United Nations and US has been consistently, in addition to other partners, listed as supporting countries to help us in eradication of terrorism. And don't forget, it is a United Nations Convention on Counterterrorism that empowers the United States to become the global front or focal point in fighting against terrorism. And wherever a word terrorism was defined in a given area, that means US have right
does this answer
to protect.
your question about
sovereignty to protect our
right?
They have right to invoke.
That is to say, for people talking about sovereignty, you cannot just be, enslaving people and you say that my country, we have sovereignty in my country. Nobody is supposed to come and, disturb what we are doing. Meanwhile, what we are doing is against human rights. Human rights is the right of human beings across the world, across the borders, anywhere. So you cannot be violating human rights. And other countries will keep blind eyes. Powerful countries that have this permission to ask you, oh boy, what are you even doing? They will come and ask you if you are violating human rights. And people are speaking up. When people are speaking up and they find out that what they are saying is true, una don't enter. You know, go end like that. Especially where US is involved. So So that brings to the mind about Nnamdi Kanu's issue. Nnamdi Kanu's issue. It has international question mark. They said United Nations sent delegates to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu the other time. When I showed people the video, nobody talked. Well, I'm still waiting to hear anything concerning that, but we are moving ahead. Let's watch this.
Oh yeah, come down to read this thing with me. You are seeing on my screen now. This screenshot that you are seeing on my screen now. Let's read together. The person that updated this in his verified X account is Michael Rubin. He said, Biafra, question mark. Catalonia, question mark. Kurdistan, question mark. He now said, US shouldn't accept hypocrisy from countries that recognize Palestine. This Palestine is the people that has been given terrorizing Israel over how many years? You understand? So now this Michael Rubin is telling USA not to accept any hypocrisy. And Nigeria by now, Nigeria has already recognized Palestine for over how many years? And Nigeria is always indicates in any controversial countries like this. Not that these people Palestine, let me not just go there so that I will not make a mistake. But I am telling you that that Palestine is just a kind of a jihad or a kind of a terrorist country as it is happening in Nigeria now, with all these jihadists. So that's how Palestine is, and Nigeria has already recognized them as a so that's why Michael Rubin is telling US not to accept anything hypocrisy. Omecha, what? If you can see the picture there now, after he updated everything, he left Catalonian's currency, left Kurdistan currency. Now take our own currency, Biafra currency, and put at the front. Oga, no mumu yourself. Biafra don't come. It's only that some of us ndi Thomas ekwekwefa ainwe ekwero na Biafra biago. Biafra don't come. If you like, believe it. If you don't like, no believe am. But one thing I want to let you know here now is that Biafra has come and nothing anyone can do about it. Biafra has come. And the day of the announce, let's see how this 2026 and 2027 will be. I beg in the name of God. Let's just focus. Do not let anybody distract you from the corner. You understand? Don't allow anybody to distract you. Just focus. But one thing I want to assure you now is 2026 this year and 2027 will determine the movement and the freedom of United States of Biafra. I mean total freedom. Share this video, give another person. God bless you.
And you see this recent bubbles Mike Arnold posted recently. It has taken over every media, both social media, both conventional media, everywhere. It has taken over because people knows these things and they know the truth about the matter. You see, so let's hear this one also, then we'll continue.
A former United States mayor, Mike Arnold, says Nigeria is at a critical point, alleging unequal treatment of citizens over similar offenses. Arnold made the remarks during a presentation at a U.S. Congress hearing, citing what he called cases of impunity. Arnold referenced the prosecution of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu as evidence of selective justice between southern agitators and northern extremist groups. He urged the U.S. Congress to demand Kanu's release and consider protection for affected individuals. Arnold further raised alarm over increased terrorist attacks, rejecting the narrative that the violence is merely farmer-header clashes.
Deborah Samuel Yakubu, 2022 college student. After finals, she posted on WhatsApp, "Jesus is the greatest. He helped me pass my exams." The next day on campus, as professors and police watched, she was beaten, stoned, tires heaped on her, and burned alive, while students filmed selfies in front of the flames celebrating. No one was punished. Nnamdi Kanu, British Nigerian broadcaster from London, illegally abducted from Kenya, tried under a defunct law, now serving life in Sokoto prison for words spoken in Great Britain.
This thing must enter your ear. You are wasting your time wanting Nigeria to be one. It's on paper that Nigeria is made to be a country, but a nation, it will never be.
So you can see Michael Arnold, replicated it the way it is. It's the way it's happening in Nigeria. That's how he tabled it. You can go to that video and watch it. I've shown that video like 2 times on this channel, so I'm not going to show it again. So you search for it or check our previous video. You'll see what Michael Arnold said about Nigeria. He laid everything open. Well, the problem with this country is that people are so selfish that they have their different agendas. If people will be carried along, yes, we are one country, you carry everybody along, there won't be problem in Nigeria. People will not be agitating. I am very, very sure of this thing I'm saying, 100% sure. But because there is problem, the people that even have the money that Nigeria is embezzling today, Nigeria is consuming today, you are even neglecting them. And you think that things will be normal. It will not be normal. Even if you are succeeding for some time, at a point, believe me, it will not work out again. You are getting about 70% of the revenue of the entire Nigeria from southeast, from Biafra land. That is where you are getting the 70% of your consumables, your expenditure, or whatever revenue from 70% from Biafra land. And yet, you are neglecting these people. You don't want to give them opportunity. I know that this one that they carry Jonathan and say, hey, Jonathan, yes, you people say the South. What about the Southeast? Which means the Southeast have not been carried along. There must be problem. If you join these South and Southeast together, you will see that Southeast has majority, as in the coming to the whole entire Biafra land. It is the Southeast, it is the Igbo man that has the highest number of, people in this Biafra land. And yet, you decided to sideline them. What we are playing in Nigeria is tribal politics. That one is very clear. Once the president is there, he will look for his people and fix. It's only an Igbo man that is the head of state or president. He did not look for much of his people. He used other tribes to build his cabinet. You can verify it. You see? So what we are playing is tribal politics. So why not Kukuma? Kukuma even divide the country. Let us stay in our own. Since we are already being divided by tribal politics. So that people will live in peace and have their peace and do their things. Yeah? Tribal politics is there already. Okay, the Kukuma divide the country. Let people stay and practice.
Let's stop pretending Nigeria runs on oil money. And where does that oil come from? The South and the Southeast. These places pump the crude that gives the federal government 70% of its revenue and more than 90% of foreign exchange. But here is the irony. The Southwest, especially Lagos, contributes little in oil compared to the South or the Southeast, yet Lagos gets the biggest federal projects. Meanwhile, the oil-producing communities live with poverty, gas flares, polluted waters from oil spills. What about the North? Now they tell you Zamfara State has gold. Well, that's true. The North is sitting on solid minerals, gold, tin, limestone. But here's the problem. That gold doesn't flow into the Federation account like oil does. In fact, in 2019, the central bank admitted that over 18 tons of Zamfara gold was smuggled out in just 1 year. That's billions of naira gone straight into private pockets. Meanwhile, oil from the South-South and Southeast are tightly controlled and shared nationwide. So let's be clear, the Southeast and the South-South bleeds resources, the Southwest reaps benefits, and the North keeps its gold and treats it like private business. If Southeast and South-South resources are national cake and other regions' resources are pocket money, what kind of federation is that? What kind of federation is this, where some regions sacrifice and others simply enjoy? Don't forget to click the follow button, like and share this video. Alright, even if you believe the 1966 coup was Igbo, now I need you to answer me this, because a lot of you are now blaming the so-called Igbo coup for Nigeria's problems. So was it the coup that made Abacha loot over $5 billion between 1993 and 1998? Was it that coup that saw Abdul Rashid Maina steal 2.1 billion naira in pension funds, get convicted in 2021 and sentenced to 8 years? Was it the Igbo coup that made a lawmaker, Farouk Lawan, take a $500,000 bribe during the fuel subsidy probe, a crime the Supreme Court upheld in 2024? Was it the Igbo coup that made Tafa Balogo get into corruption, money laundering, and embezzlement of public funds allegations during his tenure as the Inspector General of Police? Crimes he eventually pleaded guilty to in 2005 and forfeited assets worth about $150 million. Or was it the Igbo coup that caused the $2.1 billion arms fund scandal under Sambo Dasuki in 2015? Or was it the Igbo coup that saw the former Sokoto governor, Atahiru Bafarawa, face 15 billion naira fraud charges? And tell me, was it the Igbo coup that made INEC Tech mysteriously collapse on February 25, 2023, right in the middle of the presidential election, blocking Beaver's uploads and triggering nationwide suspicions of irregularities and allegations of election rigging?
So you can see, you cannot sideline the major people that gives you food thinking that you are smart enough. It will not work. Even if you are succeeding for some time, it will not work for a long time. You see? And that is the problem that we're having in this country. And to tell you that we don't have things in common. People in Nigeria are different people, different religion, everything different. And we came and, jam together like that. It will not work, and it's not working. It has not been working all this while. Since independence, it has not been working. So they should do this thing once and for all. Let people go and rest. That is the people's opinion, the majority opinion. Just listening to an Islamic person, as if they have a different kind of orientation, very different, from what we Christians are doing. So that's why it's good and better they should have their own place to stay and handle their own things the way they want to handle it, so that there will not be clashes here and there concerning the Nigeria at large.
This Imam here, he said Christians are liars, that Christians are deceivers, that Christians are not people Muslims should mingle with, that even God is angry with Christians. Christians lie that God have a wife to the extent of having a son. For this reason, God is angry with all Christians. He said Christians even look for a day to celebrate his son. That alone is a pagan worship, and God wants them to eliminate all Christians. And Muslims should not have anything to do with set of people. I went ahead and said that Christian God and Muslim God are not the same God, which I agree with him. My God, which is Christian God, is Almighty God, is God above all God. God will know any other God reach. And mind you, he's not the only one instigating hate about Christians. There are a lot of Islam clerics that do this. They even advise their people to unalive Christians. Let me now talk about this man that is a pope. This man that is a pope, according to the word, is the head of all Christians. They respect him so much all over the world. But there is something important, those of you that believe this pope, those of you that love him so much, there is something I'm going to tell you in this video that is very important for you to know. But first of all, let me tell you, this man here is trying to endanger our life, but that is not the important information I want to give you. This is what he said. He said, Christian and Muslim can coexist. And this statement look as if we and Muslim, we are fighting. No, we are not fighting. It's the Muslim that are fighting Christian. Muslim and Christian can live together as one, can coexist, sounding as if Christian and Muslim are fighting. And you forget that we always preach peace. They are the one that always come to meet us with fight, with honor life. Now advise Christian that Muslim are not people we should fear, that we should go close to them, that they cannot do anything to us. Now this is the interesting part that I want you guys to know. For those of you that you are believing him, that you respect him so much, that you want to do the advice he's giving to you as a Christian, let me quickly tell you what you don't know about this Pope. After this video, you can go and make research yourself. One thing you should know about Pope is, Pope have the highest security in the whole world. Even the way the security of this Pope is higher than any president in the world. Even Donald Trump himself, in security, no reach this Pope on. Anybody that is Pope have the highest security in this world. Let me show you something. This is Vatican City, where this man stay. Look at how high his fence is. This same man preaching peace, so preaching you to expose yourself to your enemy. Look at how high the fence of his environment look like. Anybody that did not have business in that area cannot go into that facility. And one thing you should know about Pope is, they don't give birth, they don't marry. So they don't know how father and mother feel when somebody invades their children or invade them to unalive them in their presence. They don't have that fatherly love because they don't give birth. You where they give birth, now you go understand love. So this is the kind of person insulting Trump for protecting Christian, insulting Netanyahu for protecting Christian. And a lot of you people are believing this man. This man have the highest security. His security is the highest in the whole world. He has insurance. If this man is preaching peace and he wants us to obey him, let him start living a normal life like us. And secondly, let him go to middle belt without security. Let him walk freely and declare himself that he's a Christian. If he can do all these things, I will believe. Anyway, share your thoughts on the comment section responsibly.
Like I said, as the discussion goes on, something is going to come out of this Nigerian situation, because the international bodies, they are tired of hearing every time Nigeria issue up and down. So they want to solve this problem once and for all. And the US is not joking over this solution.
I still wonder why the promise of Netanyahu concerning Christian that he said some days ago did not trend. I waited patiently to see how this word work. Do you know Netanyahu said something and make a promise concerning Christian all over the world, but the thing did not go viral. And here's the reason why it did not go viral. You know why? Christians don't know how to propagate. Christians don't know how to promote their own thing. Christians don't know how to promote people that love them. And Muslim knows how to do that. That is why in many aspects, Muslim will always overshadow Christian, whether we like it or not, if we cannot stop this nonsense we normally do. When Netanyahu called Christian out for being too gentle, for allowing people to unalive them, for walking in the path of Jesus Christ, this Islamic propaganda push this thing across the internet. Claim Netanyahu is insulting Jesus, and Christians jump into those videos, start resharing them, that look at Netanyahu insulting Christians. Some Christians were even crying. Some days ago, Netanyahu said something about Christian. Christian cannot share it for the whole world to see. Now, because it's a good thing and a good promise, those Islamic terror organizations cannot push it because the thing dey against them. But if nothing when Netanyahu talk to let Christians awake from their slumber, they will twist it in a way it will suit them and lie against Netanyahu, just for the whole world to hate Netanyahu for no reason. But when it comes to this one now, nobody is talking about it. Netanyahu was in a meeting with some group of Christians in Florida known as Zionists, and when he was speaking, he promised them that he swear to his father's grave, he swear to his God. He said his mission on this planet Earth is to go after extremist Islam that he swear to his living God that he will do everything to protect Christian. Because he has noticed something about Christian, that Christian always love their enemy, but his own religion always go after their enemy. For this reason, he's taking it upon himself to defend his Christian brothers and sisters. The whole world should know that Judaism is never a threat to the whole world, that Christians are never a threat to the whole world, that other religions are never a threat to the whole world, because everybody accepts what he wants. Other religions mingle with each other, except this one particular religion called Muslim, that we always want to force their religion on other people, and that as long as he live, that will not happen. They call themselves extremist Muslim, that he too is extremist Judaism. That the only way you can defeat these people is when you behave like them, that is why he will continue to behave like them, that he will never choose peace for disaster, that if they bring disaster to him, that he's ready to give them double. That is the reason why he's been created to this world. And when he was making this statement, the first country he called was Nigeria. He said the radical Islamic group in Nigeria should get ready for him. He now measure Syria, he measure Lebanon, he measure Turkey. He said all those countries that they are suffering from Islamic terror group that is coming to rescue them. As somebody from Middle Belt, immediately I hear Nigerian from his mouth, I leap up for joy. Mine sweets me, because when Netanyahu want to involve himself in something, he know the year go come. That is one thing I like about him. The way Donald Trump is romancing things, Donald Trump don't have time. If Netanyahu was like Donald Trump, they go don't conquer Israel all this while. But thank God, Netanyahu is not like Donald Trump. He said all the radical Muslims all over the world, prepare for him that is coming. So what is your take on this? Anyway, share your thought on the comment section responsive.
Yes, we are almost at the tail end of this video. I bet you that there is a big solution that is coming into Nigeria, not just what some people think, but a very big one that will solve Nigerian problems. It is on the way. The other time, the US President Trump was attacked. Did I say the other time? It's just yesterday or so thereabouts. He was attacked, by a gunman, and the person is also a guest. The person is a guest to that meeting, and is the one that shot. Hey, problem there. So I beg you, let them not do anything that will touch Trump. Let Trump finish the job that God has given him, and I know that, I believe he's going to finish his job, and hands up, nothing will even happen to him, and he has written his name in gold. That is the point. Let's see what really happened, during that period that there was a shootout.
Now look at what happened there. Just watch. See how the shooter moved. Watch. Boom. He shot, then ran. Now you are going to see exactly how he was arrested, how he was caught. This same guy is a man from California. As a matter of fact, he has actually been charged to court. Just now he has been charged to court. 3-count charges has been filed against him. He happens to be a very young guy who is actually a graduate from a university in California. But see what is going on. Cars are being stopped at gunpoint, and you will see exactly how he was caught, how he was arrested inside that event. He also happened to be a guest in that that event that President Trump was hosting and his cabinet was hosting. So just watch and see what happened.
Stay back, stay back, stay back.
This is not a movie. This is a real life. And a lot of people have said, oh, this is a national disgrace to the US. Every country in the world suffers terrorism, and whether you like it or not, the US handles it. No country in the world handles it better than the United States. For the guy to have done what he did and got apprehended immediately, and without buying anybody, is something you should respect the US for. He successfully shot at a particular secret service officer, but the guy survived due to the bulletproof he was putting on. So this was the search when they were searching for him within the house, because he was a guest here. He was aiming at causing this disruption. Then probably when people are in chaos, he can hit his target. There are reports that he had knives, a handgun, and other little materials. The military has been deployed, police, secret service, CIA, everybody. United States.
Oh my
Keep
God.
watching. You will see exactly how he was caught.
Stay down, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, stay down.
Just a very young guy.
Where's that at? He's inside, he's not inside.
Now this is the point where he was caught. That's the guy. That's him there. So, like I said, he had some material, some weapons with him, and of course, a handgun, a short handgun, together with knives, and a Californian young man. This is the president of the United States returning back to the what's it called? One reason why President Trump has been strongly against this gun license is because of things like this. I don't know exactly. In fact, it will be very easy to carry out a terror attack in the US because everybody has guns. But the question is it everyone who has this gun that is qualified to have it? As a matter of fact, I heard some counties, some states don't even need you to have any special examination before you can carry one. These things are dangerous.
Oh yes, we have seen a lot of things, the way things is going in Nigeria and the way things is going around the world. It is not a little thing. The video is full of interesting story concerning this country, the division of Nigeria, the killing of Christians, and the bad leadership of this country. Is full of a lot of information, and then at the end the government will tell you that they are working, they are trying their best to make Nigeria to work. They have seen that Nigerian is not a country that can work, and Michael Arnold have already said everything the way it is. It is better for you to let those who want to be free, and those who want to remain as one, than to remain. If you like hold people for 1,000 years, at the end they will still divide and they will still go free the way they want to be free. Because the situation of Nigeria, the way Nigeria has been structured, they did not structure it to help anybody to survive. They structure it in a way that it is only for the leaders and only for the colonial masters, the UK, the France. It is only beneficial to them because they are the people who owns Nigeria, but not the citizens that owns the country. In fact, a lot is happening, and a lot will keep on happening in this country. I would like to hear a comment down below, like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see things happening in Nigeria. So thank you for watching.